spicy in my mouth.
Okay, wow. This sucks. Welcome to Dot Fun Hot Ones.
Where the questions are curious.
And that courage is mandatory.
I'm Andy. I'm Associate Design Director.
I'm Andrea. I'm a Senior Art Director.
You asked the question, I'll eat the wing?
Yes.
Oh.
You want to introduce our hot sauce?
Yeah, sure. This one is Warm Introductions, made by our very own Eddie.
Yeah, I heard that they're all made by Eddie, and I feel like my relationship with him is gonna change after this.
Great guy right now.
Great guy right now.
It's kind of sweet.
Speaking of sweet, one of your funnest facts is that you attended culinary school before becoming an agency icon. Why did you pivot to design, and what is your signature dish?
So yeah, culinary school. I did it for like a year. I didn't really like it. I also cut my finger off in school, like a little bit of it. Yeah, kind of gross, right?
I'm glad we're eating.
Yeah. I didn't go back after that. I was just like, okay, I'm done with this. It's like a sign, right?
Yeah.
To not go back. So then I didn't do much at all except for work at Dewey's Pizza for like 6 years.
Sure. I love how you're like, yeah, culinary's not for me. I'm gonna work at a pizza joint.
Yeah. True.
Sure.
And then I was like, I'm gonna go back to school. I don't know what for. Found design. Did the design thing.
I love that.
Signature dish, so I don't know. Probably like I like a cacio pepe, but I'll add like peas and bacon. It's pretty good.
I love that.
And white beans.
You're bad.
Crazy.
You're bad.
As a senior art director, you're often asked to do whatever it takes to get the shot. What's the most extreme thing you've had to do to secure the asset?
There are two. This is tough to get out. Oh my gosh! Watch, it's like all gonna f at one time. Oh, that's nice. Weirdest thing I've ever done. So in a past life, I was at a wing place, actually, doing social for them. And we would do our shoots at like 8:30 a.m. And we wanted to do this stop motion of a hamburger being eaten. And it was huge. I mean, it was like a hubcap. And it had to be like bite by bite taken to like finish the burger. And you can't cut that organically. Like it just doesn't work. A bite mark doesn't do that. So my client held a plate and I took a bite of the burger and went it on the plate into my client's hands to get to the next shot. Disgusting.
All right, chain smoker.
Oh, you're stealing my over-the-shoulder shot? You've been described as a fashion disruptor. Who or what inspires your personal style, and what does it feel like to have the whole office wondering when you'll shave your head next? Let's see that gob of meat in your mouth.
Grew up a skateboarder, and so I kind of like pull influence from that sort of culture and aesthetic. I'm also a dad and kind of roll into that like casual vibe, you know, t-shirt, slacks, blue jeans. The head, I have shaved my head. I might do it again, we'll see. The mullet's pretty good, right?
I like the mullet.
Yeah.
I feel like it suits you.
We're doing great.
We're doing so good.
All right, let's go. You bake more office trees per capita than anyone else in the world. What about baking makes it such an important creative outlet? And which baking show do you have the best chance at winning?
The thing I like about baking is like so much of what I do here creatively is so digitally led. I'm like often in front of a screen. I don't really get to work with my hands very often unless like I'm on set. Baking is really nice because it's just like so tangible. And also I just really like the way it smells. It just feels like very cozy at my house when it smells like cookies, and I don't know, it feels very warm. My mom also was a huge baker. It still is, so that's kind of like a way I show affection too. Baking show that I think I could win. This is kind of like a dick move, but my favorite baking show is Kids Baking Championship. I mean, I like to think I could beat some 9-year-olds.
You'd probably crush the kids.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a cheap dig, but fair is fair.
Unquestionable dare.
You taught typography at the University of Cincinnati's prestigious DAP design program. What's the power of type that so many people overlook? Professor Andy.
That's before your time.
I wasn't even born yet.
That one's a little hotter. So I taught one semester at DAP. It was a crazy experience because it was type 1. So these students came in, they have no idea what the importance of type is and the impact it can have. How do you teach these kids like from scratch, like the fundamentals of type? I'd say like type can be more expressive than one might think. It's important to choose the right font or type family that can express the message of whatever you're creating.
Did you ever have to like tell a kid like, no, you can't use that font, it sucks?
All right, now my nose is running. There's like 5 fonts.
Yep.
The OGs, right? We give them those fonts to play with, and we usually tell them, we direct them pretty closely at that point, like why would you use like Fruger over Helvetica or over, I don't know, Claire, I don't know. They don't really have a lot of freedom as to like what they're choosing and to be expressive at that point. It's more like, why does this work for this reason?
And you still use Helvetica to this day.
Who doesn't?
This will not shock you. And I've heard people say it 1.5 million different ways. I'm a Dido girl.
Okay. I mean, I don't hate on any. I think they're all great. Except for Papyrus, I don't think.
No. Unless you're opening a hookah bar, then I understand. Exactly.
I don't think I really got a ton of excuses. I don't know, you'd be surprised at how many students just like sleep through class. Sorry. You'd be surprised.
Sleeping in college is like, that's the most expensive nap
It's a
that you're
super
taking. Dummies. I'm like already ahead of the game. I'm like, I'm ready for it.
Oh yeah, it's my turn to read a question. Okay, on multiple occasions, you've come up with ideas involving the mind freak himself,
Okay.
Chris Angel. What's your fascination with him and what's your dream activation with him?
In all fairness, a lot of activations have gone in between Chris Angel and David Blaine. I think it's because it's like such an aloof idea because what they're doing makes no logical sense. So you can really apply it to like anything. We had this one brand that we were doing a new business pitch for that was an outdoors brand, and we can bleep it out, but it's just one, but it was and they had this like heinously expensive coat that could survive in, temperatures -40 degrees, like something stupid. I was like, well, obviously we should put Chris Angel in this jacket and suspend him in an ice cube. I think if I have a marketable skill, it's working Chris Angel into anything. This is a little spicier.
A little spicier. I think it's good. Eddie, they all taste good.
They do taste really good.
Yeah.
I'll give Eddie that. We have forbidden fruit next.
Forbidden fruit.
Real biblical. I'm gonna have you chew on it while I read the question.
Oh,
No.
Bye.
See ya.
Ooh. That's hot.
You met your wife working in the kitchen at Dewey's Pizza. Design us the perfect Dewey's Pizza and please reveal how you swept Gabby off her pizza feet.
Pizza feet. Okay, so my go-to pizza at Dewey's, I don't know, it doesn't matter what size, right? But pesto as your base sauce, with spinach, chicken, fresh mozzarella, bacon, and then you could get fancy, throw some feta or I don't know, anything else. Pine nuts are good with the pesto, and then dip it in cold red sauce.
Now, how did you sweep Gabby off her pizza feet? Yeah.
Pizza feet.
Yes.
I don't know, I probably was really cool back then.
Probably.
And she was like, oh, this guy's really cool. Dewey's has this glass window, right? She worked on the front of house, I worked back of house. Spicy in my mouth. I was just being myself.
You're just winking through the window,
Right.
just freaking tossing dough.
Tossing zaz, and we just...
A nice little suck, girl.
Right. Sup, girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I said that, but...
Nope. No.
You recently returned from a massive 14-day shoot with fellow creatives Katie Gertis and Evan Delaney. What was your personal high and low from your time on set?
Personal high was just the opportunity to be there because it was a massive shoot. I've never been on a shoot that big with an incredible crew, lots of talent, and don't tell Evan I said this, but both him and KG are very good creators that do amazing work. Getting to work with them was on a shoot that big was really awesome, a really great experience. The low, on the other hand, to balance out this compliment I gave Evan, we were at a football field filming and I challenged Evan to a 40-yard dash and I lost.
Lost?
Yeah, by like a lot.
Get set. Go. Go, Andrea!
He's fast.
Yeah, he was wearing Allbirds performance wool, as I can tell. Oh my God, it was in front of Jeff too. And I was like, great, now our boss sees that you're more athletic than me. My tongue is vibrating?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep, okay. Okay, sick. All right, next one. The skeleton on it means it's good and nice.
It means it's like probably a friendly skeleton. It's called permanent PTO.
Yep.
Can't wait.
I love that.
I'm going on a vacation.
Eat up. Smooch, marry, kill.
Can't wait.
Papyrus, Comic Sans, Times New Roman. Explain your reasoning.
I think I'd probably marry Comic Sans. Seems fun, full of life.
Yep.
I'd probably kill Papyrus.
Yeah.
Papyrus. It just like it's trying to do too much. Yeah, I'd smooch. Was it Times? Is it Times New or Times?
Times New.
That's fine, you know. It's on your computer already, so. You've been aggressively pursuing. Oh, God. You've been aggressively pursuing me as a best friend for 12 months. What is it about me that captures your heart? And what was it like to be asked to do Hot Ones with me?
Wow, really put me on the spot here. What I like is that you're very aloof, and I'm not known to be aloof. So I was like, well, this is a fun friendship challenge because he doesn't want any part of this and I will break him.
You did.
And I did.
Yeah.
As far as coming on here to do Hot Ones, I'm pretty sure Christian, deliberately was like, I know there's one simple way to get Andrea. The mouse trap that is Andy.
Glad to be besties with you. And eat these really spicy hot wings.
Like for whatever reason, like underneath my eyes feels hot. Bring in the ringer.
All right. Oh, I can smell the spice in this one.
I can literally see the seeds in there, and that's never a good sign.
Dot Fury, everyone.
You've forged epic deskmate relationships in your 4-year tenure at Curiosity. We're about to move offices. Name 3 people to surround you at the new office. I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, I know you are. So let's think about it this way. You can be really loud, right? You can be loud. You've got a voice that projects.
Sure.
So you could sit far away and we could still hang, right? So that's one way to think about it. I'm not saying I wouldn't want to sit right next to you. I think I like sitting next to Evan. He's a good vibe. He's like, keeps to his own, puts his headphones in, doesn't really bother you. Unless he has like a question that he's like really thought about and it's like an important question. So I'd sit next to Evan for sure. KG's always fun to sit next to too, because she just says, bombs, F-bombs, right?
My favorite curse word is fuck.
Yeah. You never know when she's just gonna like screech out and just say, oh, what the, I mean,
That's 2.
That's 2.
If you're putting me across the office, which I feel like you are.
I would choose you. I would. You're a good time. Good vibes.
Thanks, Andy.
Although I do sit next to Jane Manchester, and she's really great too.
She has a good vibe.
That's a hard question.
I was like, I hope he doesn't remember that he sits next to Jane.
She recently started playing tennis after work, making you Curiosity's most accomplished athlete. Name 3 Curiosity employees you'd trust to be your doubles partner, and why?
Hot sauces.
It's a good one. It's hot.
My doubles partner. Okay, wow. I definitely got a couple seeds there. I'm good. Okay, doubles.
You're the only one.
This sucks. I know Evan plays with his wife, but I can't give Evan any more compliments than I already have. Yeah. Okay. I feel like Jane Savitzi would be really good at tennis. I also feel like Ashley Walters could be really good.
Yeah.
And I would say Christian, but I hate him for making me do this right now. So I think Jane T is gonna be my final answer. And I feel like you haven't taken a sip of water, so like I can't take a sip of water.
You go for it, yeah. I just hear it's not good for your spice. But go for the milk, I'd go for the milk.
Ugh. Eddie Marie Smith. Not a fan of him right now.
All right, we did it. We did all the sauces. We made it. Thanks for watching.
I'd like to thank Old Spice deodorant for keeping my armpits this fresh this long until that last round.
I'd like to thank Eddie for making these sauces. They're all really delicious. I'd like to thank Gail for designing these sick labels.
Gail is arguably the coolest.
She's way cooler than me. We nailed it.
That's a wrap, yeah.